All right. Okay. So I think the audio is working fine. I hope at least. I just had to like reboot this up again. So hopefully you guys and girls can hear me. That would be good. That would be great. All right, let's get this rolling on Instagram real shortly, as well as TikTok. Just gonna get this all sorted out over here. Okay, cool. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, what's up, people? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your boy, IFBB PRO Matt Butale. Today, we're going to be talking about something sort of close to home. If you've experienced this, I'm fucking sorry, even though it wasn't my fault. But I'm going to be drawing a parallel here, a very, very important parallel that I think a lot of you guys and girls will be able to relate with. Okay. And the parallel I'll be drawing today is what we'll be figuring out as the episode drops. All right. So when you join, let me know how your day's going. I don't like sitting ducks. I mean, I love the fact that you're here viewing this, but at the same time, I'd rather, have you interact than just sit there and like be mindless. Don't be shy. I don't fucking bite. I'm not going to insult you if you have a question. So such thing as a stupid question. That's what I want to let you know. But now that that's out the way, I'm going to be diving into the podcast recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your returning champion, IFBB Pro Matt Butale, coming at you with another topic. And today, I'll be dropping the hammer and unpacking some really vulnerable shit. But I'll be doing that, and also, we'll say, bridging a parallel. Okay, so this is going to be painful, especially if you have flashbacks of this. Of course, you know the title of this podcast episode is something that's probably going to invoke emotions or bad memories if you've had those things. But my intention today is to help you realize the similarity in that same thing that brings you pain with your romance and your love, and also your nutrition as well as your fitness goals. Okay, so that's the parallel we'll be drawing today. So don't get head over heels today with all your negative emotions or negative memories in the past. I'm not here to invoke all that shit. I'm not here to be your Dr. Phil. I'm more here to be your Matt Butale. All right, as always. So don't forget to screenshot and share this podcast to your IG story to show support. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the sub button. Fucking please. I see you already. I see you watching there. Hit the sub button. You know what time it is. All right, so let's break it down. Let's dive into it. Jacob, I'm saying hi to you on TikTok. Appreciate you. All right, so you love your partner and you may never want to cheat on them, right? Like you love them. That's why they're your partner. You don't want to cheat on them. You picked them, you chose them. That's your person. Cool. But then let's just say, hypothetically speaking, and I'm not sure if this is actually a scenario you've had to deal with, or on the flip side, you've had someone that did this to you. Just hear this out. I'm just going to walk you through a little scenario here because I'm here to draw a parallel. That's my intention. Okay. So you go to catch a game at the bar. I don't know if you watch UFC, if you watch football, anything of the sort, and you catch the eye of a sexy waitress, winking at you. Okay. And before you know it, you guys start flirting. You got a couple drinks, you're ordering drinks, and she's just serving you, making sure that you're, having fun, doing your thing. All right. Maybe she's doing it for the tip. Maybe she's doing it because she actually likes you. Who knows? Who fucking cares? All right. But before you know it, y'all are flirting. Okay. And as you stare her down, you start to think of scenarios in your head and you start thinking of options. You have a beautiful wife at home, but you've had a couple of drinks and before you know it, you start thinking to yourself, well, damn, what if I took this bad bitch out on a date? Or, this person's hot. What if we hooked up for a night? Or, damn, do I even love my current partner at home? Which turns into, do I even like my wife at home? This new fling, whatever. She's got bigger boobs. She got a bigger ass. She just looks better. She's younger, whatever the thing is. Okay, you start to have these thoughts. You're drunk. Okay. And you just bring to yourself the thought that, maybe I should do this. Nobody will find out. I could just get away with it. I could just do this thing. I could just, get away with this. You know what I'm saying? So you continue to go down the Pandora's box until you make that regretful choice. And now you regret even replying to that waitress because you're living with that guilt and you're sick to your fucking stomach because you don't know what to tell your wife and you can't even look at yourself in the mirror because you feel like a bag of shit, as you should. Honestly, if you're a cheater, then anyway, I digress. Now, that's a scenario that I know so many people can relate to. Okay. Whether you're the person that is doing the thing or you've received it on the other end, even if you haven't in either scenario, you kind of get the picture here, right? You see something, it's tempting, you want to do it, you know it's bad for you, but you do the thing, and now you're living with the guilt. Okay. Does that sound like something like familiar to you? Because I'm about to draw the parallel right now, and you guys and girls are gonna see it crystal fucking clear. Okay. The same thing that I just explained, that little scenario in the bar, watching sports, whatever, and you see the sexy waitress, that same scenario is exactly what happens when you cheat on your fitness journey and your nutrition. Okay? Like, put it this way, maybe you saw an ad on YouTube of a juicy burger, pizza or burrito, and you can't stop fucking thinking about it. Like, you just saw this ad, and you know how it is with YouTube. Like, every 2 or 3 minutes you see an ad, you got to skip that ad, and sometimes you can't even skip the ad, right? And you're just forced to see all this fast food or whatever that ad is about, right? And you can't stop thinking about it because they're being, shown every single time. Your temptation is up. The same way you see that sexy waitress and she's got that like tight dress, or she's just wearing tights and whatever. You can see the color of her thong or whatever. That's tempting. I'm gonna come all the way clean with you. I don't even care if you're married. You know that's tempting, right? Or in the flip scenario, if you're a woman and you look and you see this super handsome waiter, and he's done up nicely, got the jawline, haircut, slim young guy, things like that, right? Things like that. Okay, that's tempting. In this case, the temptation would be the ads from YouTube of the juicy burger, the pizza, the burrito. You can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop seeing it, and it's tempting you. Okay, you're craving something that you know is going to make you feel horrible later because you're on your fitness journey. You want to be consistent. You want to be eating clean, but that temptation of you wanting to give in and eat that thing that you know you're probably going to feel guilty about if you do eat it afterwards is something that is going to eat you alive. Okay, you're craving something you know is going to make you feel horrible later, and now you're just contemplating if you're going to order it on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. So you cave in. You finally order the thing after seeing a million ads. Okay, and that's like for the fourth time this week. You've been doing that. You've been cheating on your diet. You've been skipping the gym. You've been cheating on your word. Okay, you've been cheating on your New Year's resolution. Now you're staring at the mirror. It's you staring at the mirror, wishing you never gave in to your temptations so many times, because you can't even fit into your best outfit anymore. You don't look confident in it. It doesn't fit, right? You're afraid you're going to bust the buttons, especially if it's an expensive outfit, right? And you're also embarrassed because you're staring at the mirror and your gut hangs so low it covers your fucking junk. Like you can barely see yourself. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I'm not trying to poke fun at you. I'm just telling you the facts. I'm telling you like it is. I'm telling you what you are experiencing. And if this is something that you resonate with, just sit there quietly and accept it. I'm not here to call you out and punk you. I'm here to call you out and motivate you to do the fucking right thing. All right. So you don't even feel comfortable in the grocery store without loose clothes. Going to any social gathering, cripples you to death with the fear, you know, like you're just a fucking afraid. You can't even be yourself in your own skin. And you can't even have a conversation with anyone unless you're fucking intoxicated, unless you're drunk, unless you're high or something, because you just don't feel like yourself. You can't confidently just walk through a fucking room. All right. And that's something that comes with, constantly cheating on your diet, because those adverse effects will end up, you'll see that on your skin, you'll see that in your face, you'll see that in your demeanor. And as you look in the mirror, you'll see that within yourself. And I'm not telling you shit. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. And it all started with giving into that temptation over and over again. Now you're a serial cheater, pissed off at the man or woman in the mirror. And look at it like this, guys and girls. I'm not saying it's bad to have a pizza or burger or a burrito every now and again. It's not bad. Of course, cheating on your partner is bad. Don't fucking do that. But eating those things aren't bad, essentially. But if you don't have discipline, if you don't have structure, and you are starting your fitness journey, you haven't lost any weight yet. You haven't made a transformation yet. Your primary focus should be discipline. Okay, the discipline that is required to at least get you your first 15, 10 pounds off. And once you have that, you can start to, open up and be a little bit more liberal. I would even argue the first 30 pounds, but that's just my opinion. But the first 10 to 15 pounds, once you get the hang of it, once you're disciplined enough to at least stick to 90% or 80% of what you need to eat in terms of clean, measured foods that respect your caloric limits, then and only then should you be able to factor in the odd pizza, the odd burger, the odd burrito, right? Because this is a lifestyle. You want to be able to sustain this. You don't actually want to just eat fucking healthy food 100% of the time. I'm a professional bodybuilder and I don't even do that. I love pizza. I love wings. Burgers, not so much. I mean, it's just not my thing. Maybe if I'm at a barbecue, but I love fast food. Okay. and I still eat that fast food every now and again. And honestly, I could eat it a lot more than I currently do. But that's because I've built that foundation. I've built that discipline over a decade. And no matter what I do, as long as I just barely maintain, I can, even eat 60/40 in favor of eating clean 60% of the time. And I would still make gains, right? And it's different for you because you haven't been that, disciplined or dedicated for like even fuck 5 years, fuck 1 year. You haven't even been consistent for a month. Okay. Consistent for a month. And you're worried about, putting in these foods as you should be. You should be worried about putting burgers and pizza and all that because those foods are your temptations. Those are your crutches. Those are the foods that will make you overeat. You don't know when to stop eating them. They just taste good. And they're the foods that got you to the position that you're in the first place. So you've got to take some time away from it, develop a discipline. If your wish is to get fit, if your wish is to, build a dream body or at least live up to the New Year's resolution that you set for yourself at the start of the year. If that's not your goal, if you do not care about being healthier, if you do not care about losing weight, so that you can fit into your best clothes, so that you can be more confident, that's on you. And I'm not telling you to fucking change your goals. That's your life. I'm not going to tell you to do anything. This is for the people that actually want to change their life. This is for the people that actually want to lose the 10, 20, 30, 40, even 50 pounds because they're fucking obese and they're not happy with themselves. And if this is not you, okay, you feel free to leave. Like I'm not holding you hostage. Nobody's holding you hostage. Okay. Guys, girls, constantly giving into your cravings and temptations will set you up for failure. Just as I explained with the cheating analogy. Okay. Just as I explained with the cheating analogy, it's you cheat with your partner once, you're likely to do it again. Once a cheater, always a cheater. And if you've been cheated on or if you've done the cheating, you kind of know what I'm talking about. The same thing applies to your diet and nutrition. Okay. It's the reason why people jump from diet to diet, from workout program to workout program, from coach to coach, and never really get results because they lean too much on temptation and make bad impulsive decisions. Am I wrong? Am I fucking wrong? And if that's you, just look in the mirror. That's the only reality check you need. So, how do you stop this shit? How do you stop this serial cheating on your diet? How do you stop, lying to yourself about going to the gym or like, not committing to the New Year's resolution that you set for yourself? How do you change that? Well, I've got three simple tips for you. Three super simple tips for you to stick to. Okay. And you can still, even with these tips, draw the parallel to relationships. Okay. So, tip number one, prepare your meals in advance with the seasonings you love. Keyword with the seasonings you love. Okay. I see so many people forcing themselves to eat food that they actually don't enjoy, or foods maybe that they do enjoy, but they don't put the seasonings and the ingredients in it that they actually like that would make them stick to what they're eating. For example, they actually enjoy chicken breasts, but they don't season it when they're on a diet because they think seasonings are gonna fucking make them fat or whatever. It's that's not the case. If you're using dry seasonings, dry herb seasonings, season your food up, make it enjoyable, and if you love it, then you're not gonna want something different, especially if it's prepared in advance and you don't have to wait, the same length of a delivery period for however long it takes for your food to get delivered to eat your meal. You just pull it out of the fridge, maybe measure it, depending on what type of person you are when it comes to meal prep, or you have it pre-measured and you microwave it and you're good to go. Okay, the same thing would go with your relationships. All right, yeah, you're not going to prepare your partner as a meal that you love, but you're definitely going to do things with them that you love, so that you want to be around them more. Right, like you want to actually enjoy looking forward to the meals that you're going to be eating because it's satisfying your taste buds. All right, so number two, and this one is not really 100% sharp. You don't have to be 100% on the ball with this one, but this is number two, eat your meals approximately 2 to 3 hours apart. Like you don't need to, it doesn't have to be 2 hours, it doesn't have to be 3 hours, it doesn't have to be 4 hours, honestly. Right. But the thing is, if you're constantly eating between every 2 to 4 hours, depending on what your life is like, you're probably not going to get hungry very often. Right. So since you're never hungry that often, you're not really starving that often, you're not really going to be craving much. And if you're not craving much, you're less likely to give into your temptations. This tactic is called grazing. Google it. All right. Grazing. Make sure that you're grazing. Feed yourself every 2 to 3 hours so that you don't get, that hunger pang. You don't starve. You don't get so hungry that you give into your cravings. Again, applying the first tip with, by seasoning foods you love. Like, you seasonings that you actually like. Make your food enjoyable so that you actually fucking enjoy it. I season the fuck out of my food, and if I didn't, I don't know how to be eating clean. That's a fact. All right. So number three, and this one's a no-brainer. This one, again, you can draw a parallel to relationships. Spend less time watching TV and social media. Where the fuck do we see advertisements? I mean, you can see them in newspapers, but nobody reads newspapers anymore, right? We see them all on social media. We see them all on TV. So if you watch less TV, if you use social media a little bit less or YouTube a little bit less, you won't see many of those ads that flare your temptations. Does that make sense? Like, does that make sense? And to draw that parallel to your relationship would be like, don't spend so much fucking time in the bars or in the clubs or places where you know you're gonna get tempted. Seriously, that's a parallel. You can definitely see the connection there because anywhere where there's temptation, you're likely going to fold if you're craving or if you're starving. All right. When you don't enjoy the process that you're going through, speaking of nutrition specifically and your training specifically, just your whole fitness journey, when you don't enjoy it, you look for ways to escape. Same thing with your relationship. If you don't enjoy your relationship, you don't like your partner truly, you look for ways to escape. Or if you're not communicating properly, you look for ways to escape. So instead of looking for ways to escape, work with what you've got and make it more enjoyable. Again, draw the parallel to your relationship. Work on it. Communicate. You feel me? Right? And that will guarantee that you'll stick to your fitness journey for the long haul or your relationship for the long haul. It will guarantee it. If you make it enjoyable, you're not going to want to escape. If you do the work, the hard work, you're not going to want to leave the relationship because you're both putting in that effort, that energy. All right? And even better, once you stick to that fitness journey of yours for the long haul, you will get the mental, physical, and emotional benefits that come with it when you can finally look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of who you see in that mirror. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, just nod your head silently, and that's it. I just want you to get the value. I want you to just get that fucking point, the analogy that I made for you when it comes to relationships and the relationship you have with your nutrition journey, fitness journey, however you want to call it. That's it. That's all. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. Also, don't forget to screenshot and share this podcast to your Instagram story. I want to know that you're watching. I want to know that you're getting value. All right. Let's embrace your inner meathead. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. Yeah, people. Episode's done. Gonna read some of the comments real quickly over here and eat a meal and then disappear. So yeah, Powan says cheat on your partner or your workouts. It's funny, he's not serious. Vic's like Mr. Author. I cheat on my wife with you. The fuck out of here, bro. Shout out to everybody that joined. I appreciate you. Drade, what's up? He says on his way to Alberta. Safe fucking trip, bro. Homie says, yo, I'm at the gym right now. Michael, you know what time it is. Get that fucking work. You might see me in a bit. Let's see. TikTok. Typical crazies, but I can't lie. Shout out to y'all for the 1.4K likes. I won't even lie. Nick says, "What's up, bro? I appreciate you." Jacob says, "Thanks, babe." What? Hey, yo. Anyway, whatever. Great vibes says, "At the end of the day, you're just a puppet." Nick, I appreciate you for sharing the live. Nick Carriere, if I'm pronouncing that. Thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Great vibes says, "Bye." All right, you have horrible vibes. Just let you know. Anyway, Catherine says the third. Actually, I don't know what the fuck you're referring to, but I appreciate you for joining. I'm so sorry. Lay Morse says totally roids. I can see the rage, dude. Hold up on the trend. First of all, I'm a natural athlete. Second of all, I don't know what rage you're talking about. I'm passionate. And three, hold up on the trend. I don't even take trend. You can suck my dick though. Honestly, you can get off my live. Like, you're a piece of shit. Anyway, Catherine says and many rip men like you go crazy for fupas. So the pizza was delicious. So was last. I don't know what you're talking about. Many rip men like you go crazy for fupa. I'm not one of them, definitely. And I'm not dissing you or anything. Like, shout out to you. Shout out to the man that like you, but that's doesn't make being fat healthy and it doesn't fucking justify anything. I don't know what your point is, but honestly, thanks for sharing. 'Cause you're not spreading hate. You're just telling me your experience. So I actually fucking like that. But I'm generally I come to TikTok with a little bit more of a shield on because you guys are wild. Nathan says, "What's a good goal?" I mean, there's no such thing as a good goal. The best goals for you is your goal, man. Like what I don't know, get 240 pounds of muscle. That's a goal for a lot of bodybuilders, but that might not be a good for you, a good goal for you. Or losing 70 pounds. If you're already 150 pounds soaking wet, you may not want to lose 70 pounds. So your goal is what is going to make you happy, bro. But I appreciate that question, Nathan. Brooke, what's good? You give off. I don't even know what that word is, and I'm not even gonna try. Like that's insane, fucking wild. Jay Flash says tips on being skinny fit and to maintain muscle while losing fat. Slight caloric deficit. That's the word you need. Slight caloric deficit. Make sure that you eat enough protein. So 1 to 1.25 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and make sure that you're in a caloric deficit. Whatever that looks like for you, it's different for everybody based off of their height requirements and their physical activity, their age, so on and so forth. So that's what I'd recommend to you, Jay Flash. Great question. I'm not even gonna. So yeah. So basically, don't be weak. I don't know what you're referring to. Weird. Muhammad says, "What do you think of intermittent fasting?" It's honestly, it's not world changing. You know what I mean? It just is convenient if you are busy in the morning. You should, intermittent fast if you're busy and you don't have your meals prepared on time. You could do it, right? But it's not like world changing. It's not going to make a huge difference for you. For me, I fast intermittent a little bit in the morning when I do cardios, only when I do cardio in the morning, simply because I don't want to like eat a meal then go do cardio because that just takes longer. I'd rather just get the cardio done because I'm doing a lot of cardio right now. So I get the cardio done fasted, then I drink my water and I'm still fasted. Take my shower, and then maybe I'm only fasted for like 2 to 3 hours, tops 4 hours, and that's just because I'm doing shit that I want to get done out the way immediately. Then I'll start eating. So I don't really intermittent fast unless I'm doing cardio, and that's just because I want to get it done early. But yeah, it's not really important. You don't need to do that. If you're focused on losing weight, then slight calorie deficit is what you need to be focusing on, bro. So that's a great question, Mohammed. But that's my answer. Gordon Ramsay, and I know this is not his real account, says, "Why is there pressure on?" Okay, no, that's just silly, but I appreciate it. I mean, you want to make me laugh. That's cool. Uh, hello, Big Satch says, I'm Mexican. Mexican. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Shout out. We got a Mexican in here. Anyway, people, that is it. That is all. I'm off the line. You know what time it is. Um, I'll be in the gym, man. We're gonna eat a meal, go hit the gym, raise hell on barbells, and you guys and girls will get another episode tomorrow. You know what time it is. 5 episodes a week. NHL 2022. You have any creatine I can borrow, dude? That's funny, man. Appreciate you, man. All right. Cheers. Peace and love. You know what time it is. We out. Boom.